Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day, and it's such a beautiful day to rise and shine because every day the sun is rising and it's shining on anybody, whether you are in a situation or not, the sun will actually shine. Um, I would like to apologize for the guest that we're going to have. I think somebody has removed me from the screen. I need to be
So
on the
sorry,
screen.
technological challenge. I'm just trying to sort it out. Okay, there we are.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. We were supposed to just have a discussion with my daughter on the experience that we had last week, where we were attending the 35th Graduate Women International Conference, and we had such an amazing time. But we are not able to actually have this discussion this morning. The guest is not ready, so we are discussing healthy tips. It was actually going to be aligned to our physical and health spoke of the wheel of life, because what we were doing, we were really hectic. And this is why we said, since we have had this experience, just talking about the nice things that we did, it was such a great learning experience. I was there, and we had, the participants coming from 40 countries. We really did advertise our tourism in Zambia. We're sponsored by the Zambia Tourism Board just to showcase, those on the scrolls, and it was so great. I was just even thinking, oh, if every day that we can have a scroll, and when we have international guests, so that they can be able to see and appreciate our country and then come back if they don't have time. So it was such an amazing time. The best part also was that I did present a paper where I highlighted, the intergeneration, the way we look at the young and the old, and how they can come together, looking at the mindset change process perspective. And it was so well received that I had one person from Bolivia stand up and say, this conference has made it happen for me, because now I know I'm going to enhance my research. So it was really, really so good. And I'm so happy that I did participate. It was the very first time it to be held in Zambia, and GW Zambia was just amazing. They were so amazing. I learned a lot from them, as we did the administration part of it. So it was really, really uplifting. The way we went to see the children, it was just so amazing. So I'd like to urge people that are listening to me today that there's an opportunity for you to learn and grow when you join a Graduate Women Zambia. So today it is an amazing day, that I'm glad that you've joined us today as we reflect on something very close to my heart, the physical and health spoke of the wheel of life. As I said, over the last weekend, we were so tired. But for me, it wasn't really so tired. It was good tired, because I still had my energy. I still had everything that I need, to be able to thrive. In the morning, I just, had a good swim, and, everything just came back, because I am on these supplements that just that are uplifting me and making me just shine and do the things that I want. At my age, a lot of people do struggle. But for those people that are joining us today for the very first time, we come on this platform every day, Monday to Friday. And on Monday, we've got, Rev Water just telling us things. And yesterday, it was just so amazing. It was so amazing that we had, even in the evening, he had invited us and people joined. He had a free webinar where we learned about how the brain works. And how the brain works, if you want to take it up, you really have to live in this. You have to reframe and say, my mindset, how is my mindset? And it starts with the mindset, and mindset is just the way things do happen, where, where it's a process. It's not a one day fix it, because every day up to your age, you have been doing things in a certain way. But if you have to change them, then you really have to know how your brain works. And it was such an interesting thing. Those ones that are interested in really knowing how the brain works, after you've opened it up, you can actually get in touch with Reb Water, and he'll be able to take you on and see how your brain works, so that certain things that you do can remain. And on Tuesday, it's today, yours truly, and I come with unstoppable momentum. I am unstoppable because the things that we want to do on a daily basis, we do them with such vigor, with such, I don't even know how to say it, but a lot of people think actually I've got more than 24 hours, but just it's because I'm aligned, I'm organized, I'm more organized than the majority of the people around me. I'm organized. I feel happy every day. Sunshine, that's my name. So I just make sure that everyone is happy and everyone is going through what they want, and there's a system that we do give them so that they can be able to get those to where they want to go. And on Wednesday, we have said we cannot leave the young people. So we have, brought in a young mompreneur who talks about the things that, a young mother or anyone, a mother goes through, to be able to do what they want. And this is a Salome Sampa Mwansa-Chilambwe. She comes on every Wednesday with mompreneur series, and she invites people. And she's proudly saying she is learning and riding on the, on the giants of the shoulders. So we invite all those young people who'd like to grow and come on her show and showcase what they're doing so that we can be able to uplift them and take them to the level where they want to be. And this is so why on the 3rd of October, we are doing I'm doing a business shower for her because I've seen her resilience, the way she's gotten a growth mindset, the resilience that she has put in to actually go to a WEAC program for so long and come out. In fact, we can say it's 1 year because her daughter is turned 1 year. Yes, it's been a year of actually learning the things that you need to do as an entrepreneur. So she's graduated with a prize, and we just say, let's actually make her, thrive and do the things that you want. But when you want to do a business, it's like you're going into a marriage. And these things of marriage, we prepare them. We call the elders, we prepare them and say, this is what we need you to go through. This is what you expect. But even if you expect this, there are so many challenges that come in a marriage. And we actually, share with them those kinds of things. So I was thinking, and it was been a big debate. We've been debating about it for the last 6 months. Why don't we do that for people who are going into business? So this 3rd of October, we are ushering her into business, sharing. It's not that she's done the business for the first time. She's been doing business. She's very experienced and she's, onto it. She's an economist, double major with management. She's done investments, investments in financial issues, where you invest money and you get more money from there. She's bent her fingers. She's really done something. But so because something didn't work, you can't say you stop doing business. So we've been building on and mentoring and coaching, and she's come out, almost ripe, because with business you don't stop learning. So we can say almost ripe, so that she can be able to learn and learn and do the things that she wants to be doing. And I'm so excited to be, this first time business shower, and I hope that you can all look forward to it and contribute to one going into business, just the way we contribute one going into marriage, the way we contribute when a child is being born, we take gifts. So why not take gifts for somebody to succeed? So I'm looking to raise 1 million kwacha so that she can be able to buy the desks, able to buy, things for files for the office, pens, everything that needs, an office to go through it effectively, efficiently, and you'll be able to run, the business. So I invite you, those ones that are listening and they would like to be part of the business shower, you can inbox me or can inbox my office, and we'll be able to share with you. Then on Thursday, we've got Dr. Nelly, who comes in with such powerful things from bedroom to boardroom. Bedroom is our home environment. Boardroom is the way that we deal with things every day. And on Friday, we have healthy tips, where we have partnered with a South African company. And today you have the pleasure of actually listening to him, because today is physical and health. So today I'm featuring him, and on Friday he will feature himself and see what it is that we do on our time. So this is what we do, and we've been doing this for the last 5 years and going. We're still going. It was 5 years in April. We'll soon, next April, it will be 6 years. Every day of the week, unless there is a holiday, then we have. And even if I am not feeling well, I would actually take, some say, oh, okay, my day is this, so can you be able to undertake that? So this is what we do on this platform. It's not free for us. We have invested in it, and we just want you to come on. And so we thank those ones that join us. My name is Dr. Sunshine Sylvia, and I'm taking you today. And please welcome my guest, Vinesh, from New Image South Africa, who we are going to be discussing that. So Vinesh, just introduce yourself and just, say one or two words before we start, on this program.
Oh, fantastic, Doc. And thank you so much for having me. I'm always honored to be on the show and part of the team. It's been a fabulous month or two that I've been here for. I'm the business development manager, head of business development for New Image South Africa, this amazing company from New Zealand that's changing about 1.5 to 2 million lives every single day. Right. And how are they doing this? Through their fabulous products, which are amazing, life-changing, and also the income plan, which changes the financial situation for people. Here at New Image, we don't worry about wealthy, so we don't want to try and make our members wealthy. We work on creating generational wealth, which is there's a huge difference. Wealthy is I have money and I can afford everything that I need to, but generational wealth is I have too much of money and I can't spend that. So that's what we do at New Image with the fabulous products that we have. I've been with the company now as the head of business development for about 5 years, going on 6. And from all the brands that I've ever dealt with in South Africa, which is quite substantially large brands that I've launched, including iPhone in South Africa with Steve Jobs, VW, Kellogg's, SA Breweries, the list is pretty endless, Mercedes-Benz. I think New Image cannot be compared. The value that I've received just being part of the brand, looking at all the lives we've changed, have been amazing, Doc. It's been an absolute incredible journey for me. So I'm privileged to be here today.
Thank you so much, Vinesh. It's such a pleasure, and I was so excited last year in November when we really did an introduction to these products, and from that time I have been on the products, and I feel so much better, especially in my knees. So when we are younger, we think energy is endless. Right? We run, we push, we skip meals, and somehow bounce back. But as we age, we must be intentional. So the physical and health spoke of the wheel of life is not about vanity or appearance. It is about sustainability. How are you sustaining your body? It's about vitality, and it's also about eating a balanced diet. A balanced diet doesn't mean you have to eat expensive food. You just have to make sure that you are eating well in the PFC, protein, fats and carbs. Then you're going on. But we don't eat enough. We do not eat enough of our PFC, so we need supplements. And for me, I'm really big on these supplements. And without health, all the other spokes, career will be affected, finance will be affected, all these things that we talk about. Family and home will be affected. The only thing is that when you're sick, your family and home becomes your paramount, a spoke of the wheel of life, because you want people to take care of you. But mental and education will suffer. And for now, we are having a lot of people with mental health, not just the mental health that we think somebody is mad. No, the mental health that we are experiencing now is actually, some of it is lack of vitamins going to your brain. And I remember when Dr. from South Africa came, in November to celebrate my birthday. He was talking about how we get depressed out of the way we are not nourishing properly our bodies. So there are a lot of things that cause mental health, and one of them is nutrition. So our financial and career will also be affected, where we cannot go for work when we are not healthy. Physical and health is the spoke that we're discussing today, so that when you're in this spoke of the wheel of life, we really are able to manage ourselves better. Then we're also not going to even do spiritual and ethical, because we are not well. Our bodies cannot take us to church if we don't feed it well. Our bodies will not take us to be ethical. Maybe you would want to say something that you're not supposed to be saying, but just because you're not, mentally well in the brain, you are actually doing unethical things. So all those things add up. When you are not physically fit, you cannot go to social and cultural. Socials are the networks. Like if I was not well, I was not even going to be able to go to the 4 days that we did at the GWI International conference. But because I was well, I was able to actually stand, all the time and guide and be able to actually be useful in the area. So these would not be able to be done if you are not well. So today I want to share from my personal experience how I survived, even thrived through those hectic 5 days. The role of nutrition, supplements, and intentional practices are those things that we really need to be able to do every day. So what is it that you reflect on as you on the wheel of life? And it brought me back to actually how I maintain the food that I eat. So during the conference, I was constantly on my feet, coordinating, networking, because I'm an international networker. I was one of the speakers. I was listening. I was multitasking. I was learning. In fact, during one of the sessions, I had a pre-arranged, appointment. I had to actually say this 1 hour, 30 minutes, I was going to be doing a personal consultancy with a colleague who was actually out of town. So I did that, and I came back to the room. I was bubbly. I was just everyone. I was just sunshine for everyone that was around me, and these are some of the things that we really need every day. But here is what happened, for me to stay alert and energized. These are the supplements that I take every day. I do take the alpha lipid colostrum, which I take every day. This is my chewable tablet. I take it, but it's also in powder form. Those ones that don't want to chew, it's in powder form. And I think Vinesh is going to talk about it because that is his product and that's what he does. I also, take this. Why I like this one is because it's a lifesaver for me with my sickle cell child. This is what we live on. This is what we do, and it's just an amazing. It's it does amazing things. But let me not go in there because I've got an expert who is here. So Vinesh, I just want you to talk through these 2 products which are available to me and see how other people can also just fill them in and just want to test them and be part of this. So over to you, Vinesh.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Doc. And, I think, rightfully, as you said, as we get older, the energy levels seem to deplete, right? Which is normal, because the body ages in two different ways. We have our biological age, which is on the outside. If you're 40, you're 40. That's how many years you've been around for. And then the organs have their own age, right? Which is the internal clock, the metabolic clock that ticks away. And they age very differently, purely dependent on what we put into the body. And when I say that, I'm not just referring to food. Anything that goes in through the nose, the air you breathe, whatever you hear that goes into your ears as well, the negative stuff. So all of that has a toll on the inside of the body and as well as the outside of the body. People are always trying to get through the day. Don't get through the day. Get from the day, right? And this is where it becomes important to remain healthy and taking the right sort of supplements, all of that. So we don't just get to work the hours. You know, people always work hours. It's not important how many hours you work. What becomes important is what you put into those hours. So these products make a difference in all of those areas, right? Especially health benefits. If I took our alpha lipid colostrum is where I'd like to start as the flagship product. You know, the foundation, the very foundation of your health and your well-being starts from cellular level. So if the cells are not functioning how they should, effectively, it has repercussions on everything else in the body, starting with the bloodstream, the organs, all of that. Now, a product like Alpha Lipid Lifeline works very effectively on a few areas, and I'm going to touch on just two of them today, which I think are the most important. Firstly, the gut health, which is your gut lining. Colostrum, alpha lipid colostrum, or colostrum on its own, is one of the only products, bovine colostrum, that can actually fix leaky gut. And why is it important that you fix leaky gut? Because everything that you consume or put into the body, even if you're drinking something as simple as a bottle of water from a plastic bottle, there's toxins from those plastic bottles which we don't realize. Even using shampoo on your hair, which I don't have any, but they have toxins that your body should not be taking up, right? And we put these, and we don't read the labels, and that gets into the bloodstream, it gets into the gut, it destroys gut lining, creating these little holes in the gut that shouldn't be there. Now, when we consume things, all the bacteria, viruses, they get through those gut linings into the bloodstream, they pump throughout the body, throughout all your organs. All of a sudden you've got a heart condition, but you don't. You've actually got a gut condition, right? If you seal up the gut lining, you can avoid all of that. So prevention is better than cure, and that's what we do here, right? So that's what the colostrum works on. Firstly, is the gut lining, which is the cause of 90% of all your health issues. So if you're looking at things like heart conditions, liver failure, all of that weird stuff, diabetes, it's all autoimmune especially, all start in the gut. So if you can fix that, you can avoid all of those issues, right? By having a health supplement like colostrum. The other wonderful thing that it does do is it works very effectively at cellular level. So working on cells, working on the body cells, which is the foundation of your health and your life, right? Are the cells. So it goes into cells, helps with cell growth and repair. Now, when I speak about cell growth and repair, there's many types of cells, lots of them in your body, and they affect all cells. But they mainly play a role in two very important cells. One being white blood cells, specifically, which white blood cells help to fight viruses and bacteria in your body. Those are the little soldiers, right? So if they're not effective and they're not good, healthy cells, you don't stand any fighting chance in your body. Your body doesn't stand a chance against viruses, right? So the colostrum goes in and almost upgrades the cells, if you want to think about it like that, makes them more stronger cells. So they can do their function or perform their function at a higher level. So white blood cells is one of them. Your white blood cells, some facts, fun facts, they actually die every 7 days. And when they die, they duplicate themselves. So if you've got unhealthy cells duplicating unhealthy cells, oh my gosh, health is just going down, right? So you put in colostrum, the cells become healthier. Every 7 days, they duplicate a healthier cell, which means the health levels go right through the roof. The other type of cell that it works very effectively on, and Doc mentioned, walking her knees and stuff a lot better. So bone cells and cartilage cells, something that we think can't be repaired, right? Because the 21 bone growth stops. It basically becomes a halt. But something interesting is that your bone cells replace themselves every 10 years. They replace themselves. So you have a whole entire new skeletal structure. Now, if you're putting in a product like colostrum that works so effectively on bone cells, and you're doing this as a lifestyle change, so you're not doing it for 1 month or 2 months or a year or 2 years, you're permanently staying on the product because you want good health. We all must die, but let us die healthy, right? So the bone cells improve over 10 years. And if you're doing that over 20, 30 years, you've had your skeletal structure replaced, but using a powerful supplement like colostrum, which has been around for almost hundreds of thousands of years. In fact, South Africa was one of the first places in the world to start using dairy products, milk, right, which started 49,000 years ago. That was found in certain scriptures that were discovered that they were using colostrum. And then India was one of the first places to actually use bovine colostrum for treatment of diseases, etc. Right? So it helps tremendously with bone cells. That's the colostrum part. I don't want to take too much of time because I can see we're running out of minutes there. But the Resmax, I want to talk about this beautiful product in the sachet. Just tear off the top. It's ready to go, right? You just squirt the gel into your mouth, packed with 15 berries from around the world, right? And berries work as a fantastic antioxidant. Now, if you're sitting there and you're thinking, gosh, Vinesh, what is an antioxidant? I'm a normal person. I don't know the medical jargon, right? So if you think about antioxidant, think about free radicals and all of those medical sort of terminologies. Free radicals in your body, if I had to use a metaphor, it would be like having a car and then the car starts rusting. So this ultimately happens to your body on the inside. You build up all that corrosion in the organs and in the arteries that shouldn't be there. And the Resmax works as an antioxidant very powerfully on cells, where it helps cells to go in, protect cells that can work to clean out and almost work as a beautiful antioxidant to clean up all of that, keep the cells protected from getting damaged from free radicals, this rust and things that shouldn't be in your system if you're thinking about a car, right? It's like the rust on a car. It protects that from happening to your organs. It's a beautiful product. We do lab test all our products, so they all go through stringent lab testing. Resmax was the last one. When we sent it into the lab, we designed it and we handed it to NIS Labs and we said, please test this product. Give us the medical results of it. And they asked us, what should we compare it to? And then we went, compare it to all natural foods in its category and all products that are in the similar category as Resmax. So they went and they did that with about 50 products and about 50 different types of foods. When they came back to us, they gave us a whole lot of numbers, but the end result was, if you looked at Resmax and all the other products, right, and you scored it a 10 out of 10, our Resmax was a 12 out of 10, and the other products ended up with a 3, not higher than that, right? So those were the benefits, health benefits when the labs did the testing in terms of resveratrol. It's one of the most powerful substances worldwide in terms of resveratrol. If you're not sure what that is, it is the new golden grail of anti-aging, right? It slows down, almost reverses aging in your body. It's found in things like red wine, grapes, all of that. But when you find it in the Resmax, I want you to think of all the other products as having 3%, almost 3% of resveratrol, and your Resmax has a 12 out of 10, right? So, Doc, I hope that helps. I can see we're almost out of time. I don't want to take up too much.
Yes, that we're so grateful because people ask, and when with my mother-in-law, she used to wait for the box every month, and she says, "Where is my thing?" And she really was like a good partner with the resveratrol that is inside there, just making you feel brilliant. And for me, these are some of the things that really help me to grow and make sure that this is what we do. And even when our son had a stroke, it took 15 days. The doctors were like, "Wow, amazing! What do you give him?" I said, "Oh, okay, he's on supplements, but also good care, drinking water, and because supplements don't work alone, they're a supplement of what is not happening in your body, of what you are missing in your body. So it's a supplement. You can't say I'm on supplements, so I don't eat." No, because what you're eating is less than what it is that
Correct.
you are
Correct.
putting in the body. So the
Correct.
supplement is a supplement, just the way the name is. So you can actually Google these products, and we see how you can you can know them. They are there. You can Google Resmax or alpha lipid colostrum. In fact, Google colostrum. So that you can be able to understand. And if you want literature on this particular one, the literature can be sent to you in your inbox. So why does this matter? As we come to a close, if you do not nourish and protect the physical and health spoke of the wheel of life, you lose effectiveness because you cannot, ride properly. You become, ineffective or inefficient. You have, ability to manage time suffers. Even long-term goals, retirement, even if you are going to live longer there, it is, you just shorten it because you are weak. And a lot of people are so weak that their bones or their legs can carry them. So it affects your retirement, it affects your succession. Maybe you die before your plans, or maybe you can't do things as you would because your health is not good. So your customer service suffers, and you're simply just compromised. I'm seeing Vero there says she takes care of her physical and health because she's eating well, she's running, and all those things. And I can see Dr. Mwansa there. Resveratrol played a very great part of COVID recovery process. Yes, because it was the doctors in the ward, because for me I was just asymptomatic. The doctors in the ward would say, "What do you drink? What is it that you do?" So I said, I am consistent, because sometimes my husband will say, this month I don't want to be to be on it, or we can only afford one set. If it's only one set, then it means it's my son and myself, because we were really consistent about this, and because of our lifestyle that we do. So
Doc,
Doc,
can I just say something very quickly? I'm so sorry to interrupt
yes,
you, but
yes.
I just see Stefan there saying Reserve played a great part on my COVID-19 recovery. So our product, Resmax, was created to bang Reserve out of the market, right? So when we did the lab resulting tests, Reserve came in at 3, and Resmax came in at 12 out of 10. So I just want you to think about that. Get that product and try it. We compared it against Reserve.
And I've seen it because since I've been taking it, it's just been amazing. And even when I was asking Gerard, he says, okay, Reserve, Resmax is at 10 times better than Reserve. And I said, wow, because it really made, certain strides that if Reserve can do that much, what about the product that is now 10 times better and even, seriously cheaper than Reserve? So I think we are on the right track. So today, as we end the day today, I want you to reflect on I'd like you to reflect on your own journey and ask yourself, how strong is my physical and health spoke right now? What habits drains my energy? And what small actions can I take this week to nourish my body? And even if it's just swimming or walking, you can walk anywhere. You don't have to go to the gym when you want to have good health. You can just do it around your house. Like for us, we do it around the house. I am lucky that we also have a swimming pool at home. So, I swim now that it's summer. I just take 30 minutes, on 3 times a week. If I don't do it early in the morning, I'll do it before I sleep. And then the 2 days walking, 3 days swimming in summer. But if it's winter, we just walk, all the 4 days that we have put to exercising, or even exploring nutritional supplements, that work for you. Remember, your body is your first home. If your home is not, well nourished, then it's such a big problem. So I would like to thank you very much, and I want to leave you with this. When you have a health, body, you must. When you feel beaten, you must slow down. You must slow down and reflect. You must slow down and reflect and replenish, just like the ER in our smarter goals. You know, you must have the energy, you must keep yourself excited. You must review what risk did I, manage to get during the, the week. How can I be able to go forward with what I have? And, you can't give what you don't have. You have to walk your talk. And I was so happy, even on the group of our GWZ, one of our colleagues I was working with, Tionge, was saying, oh, Dr. Sunshine, you really walk your talk. And when you walk your talk, things, sell for themselves that you do. So this is Dr. Sunshine Sylvia. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to the Mompreneur tomorrow, featuring Sampa, who we are having the business shower on the 3rd of October. Those ones that want to join us, you can inbox. There was a number that was posted by DG Business, and she's doing amazing things. So you can reach us there. So thank you so much for today. Have a great day.